Hey, movie lovers, just a reminder, be kind, rewind, and have a totally awesome night.
Remember when Friday nights meant the video store? Cam and Kobe are bringing it all back. The smell of popcorn, the hum of neon lights, those covers with artwork so rad, it didn't matter what was actually on the tape. And yeah, those late fees you kept hidden from your parents. Because those movies weren't just rentals, they were your childhood in the making. This is Raised by VHS.
Welcome to Raised by VHS, proudly paying late fees since the 1980s, Cameron. Let's pop this tape, adjust the track, and dim the lights. We got a staff-recommended pick for you all this evening.
Indeed, we do.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be awesome if you could ever see just how much you paid total overtime in late fees.
It would be, oh my gosh.
I mean, you could have put that into stock.
Oh, like how mad my parents were.
I could have saved Blockbuster probably if I would have paid them.
I would get so scared because I'm like, my parents are going to go rent a movie.
I know.
And they're going to see what's on the account. Because we didn't have Blockbuster. I had like this local schmokel place, right? They come in, well, you can't rent that because you got 14 in late fees. My mom would look at me
your
like,
son.
Yeah. Your son's been sweeping the back room, but he still owes some money.
Yeah.
Not
It'd be pretty interesting.
It would be, yeah.
But yeah, today, this film I'm excited to talk about. One of my favorites, and it was my pick. This is Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
So we're going to get right into it.
Let's knock this crap out.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, film name, Dumb and Dumber. Just told you that. This was released December 16th, 1994. That's like, man, it took me back when you start thinking about those times. I'm like, I remember life was good.
It sure was.
I had no worries.
13 years old.
Just hanging around, like watching movies, going to whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's Farrelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Peter Farrelly and credited with Bobby Farrelly were the directors. Tagline for Harry and Lloyd, every day is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
This was distributed by New Line Cinema. The opening weekend was about the about 16.36 million. Domestic, it grossed about 127.19 million. I'm going to be very specific here.
Okay.
International gross about 119. And then in the U.S. and the worldwide was 247 million.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
That's pretty good for this type of movie.
Sure.
Critics, Rotten Tomatoes, 68% positive among 53 reviews. Average 6.1 among other non-important people.
Okay.
So awards at the 1995 MTV Movie Awards, it won Best Comedic Performance by Jim Carrey, won Best Kiss, Jim Carrey and Lauren Holly. We'll talk about that. Nominated for Best On-Screen Duo, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels. Other awards, won a Key Art Award 1994 for its marketing, and won a BMI Film at TV Award 95 for its music usage. The music was pretty good.
It was great, yeah.
They were weird songs, but they fit.
They did.
And it did not receive any Academy Awards.
No, this is not Academy Award material, Cameron.
No. So, movie basics. I mean, it's two non-genius best friends who are caught up in a criminal scheme after they attempt to return a briefcase to its rightful owner. It's really weird. Like this, the movie plot's so simple.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it just gets crazy from there. So
yeah. So when we go back to memory lane, when I go back to thinking about this movie, this is one I do remember specifically seeing in the theaters because I saw it twice in the theaters. I went once with my friends.
It's funny. I saw it twice too.
So a bunch of 13-year-old kids going to see this movie. Holy crap, obviously. Yeah. Right? But then the second time I actually took my dad.
Just your dad?
I think it was me and my dad. My mom might have been there too. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was. But this is actually a movie that I had on VHS afterwards, and every night going to bed, I would play a movie. I would just have one that I would go to sleep to, right? This one probably played for a year and a half every single night. So I know the first half hour of this movie better than probably anybody on the planet. Like I can probably verbatim say every single line because I would like watch it for a bit and then fall asleep, right?
Yeah.
So the first half hour, I just know this sucker so well. So well.
Song and winning, things are going to be said and everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, like Jim Carrey was seriously my idol. Like my family could tell you that too. Like I acted like he did. I watched Living living color. I loved Ace Ventura, The Mask. So this was like a dream come true when this movie came out. And I too saw it in theater twice. I went on my birthday with some friends, and then we went again with my family. And it was my parents, my older brother, and my younger sister. My older siblings, I don't know what they were doing.
You probably went after your birthday because it didn't come out to the 16th.
It was after my birthday.
Yeah.
I guess I said on my birthday. For my birthday is
For
what I
your
meant to say.
birthday,
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, but I remember when we went to it, I was super excited for my parents to see it.
Yeah.
And my dad was parallel parking on Main Street, and somebody just drilled the front and just took the bumper right off.
Oh.
So I was like freaking out because I'm like, I want to
What a
get into the
missus.
movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, you guys can just go in and we'll take care of it. And they came into the movie like probably 15, 20 minutes late. And I was so mad about it.
Yeah, that pisses you off.
So I don't know if it was as good of an experience with my family, but my dad talked about the bathroom scene forever.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll get into that.
I don't know what it is about when you see a movie that's really funny or really good, like the best thing is to now
Share it.
bring it to somebody
Yeah.
that like a friend or a family member, like, oh, we'll watch it together now. Like it's so awesome.
Yeah, that's why I was so mad.
It's almost better than watching it the first time.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you're
if
like-
you have a good friend or family member that cares.
Oh, because the worst is when you do that
And
and
they're
they're like
texting
looking
or
at their
whatever.
phone or they're talking, and I'm like, shut up. We're watching the thing.
No.
It drives me insane.
My dad's the worst for like, he just is like, we'll start talking about some other movie or get up and get a drink of milk. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to show you the best part. And he's like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Does it all the time.
Like, Ashley's mom's the same way. She can't sit down for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah,
at
my
a
dad's
time.
that way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so let's get into the movie. So the first part of the movie starts out with Lloyd Christmas. He's a goofy limo driver, and he meets before he meets Mary Swanson.
Yeah.
He pulls up and he's looking for the airport. So, and then when it drops her off at the airport, that's when the briefcase is dropped, and then he picks it up, and the whole movie starts from there. So,
Right. Yes. So yeah, the first scene in the movie. So
I actually didn't know this.
yeah, a lot of this movie was filmed in Utah.
Yeah, I knew it was, but I didn't realize. I'm like, that is Salt Lake Airport.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's all
like I always thought it looked kind of familiar.
It was another thing that, as a kid, I was like, "This is really cool" because
This is
filmed,
our
a lot of it
state.
was filmed like 20 minutes from me in Park City.
That's true, right?
And then like an hour from us in Salt Lake. So I thought it was really cool. So obviously, it looks very familiar.
That's cool.
Much of this.
See, I didn't really know that.
Yeah, and
But-
then so I love he sees the girl, and he's like, "Lovely accent you have, New Jersey, like Austria." It's like New
The
Jersey.
first one is the best. Yeah,
So freaking funny, right?
Austria.
Yeah. But the soundtrack is so great. It's the weirdest collection of songs.
It really is.
And like all the songs like on their own are stupid.
Yeah.
Like they're not really very good songs.
No.
But when you hear them in context in this film, they work so
They were
well.
great picks for the film,
Yeah, I love and they're all just really oddball.
and you would recognize them
Oh,
right
yeah.
away because of this movie.
because of this movie. Yeah. So yeah, I can't remember what song is going on here at the beginning. I wish I would have written
I
it
can't
down.
remember either. Yeah, but
Honestly-
I can hear it.
Yeah,
But I
can hear
can't
it
think
too.
of it.
All very, very good. And then we see Harry, and he is in his Mutt Cuts vehicle, right? And he's bought all the dogs like fast food. Right?
Yeah, and he's
So
like
funny.
handing it to him through the back, like they like poke their head through,
Yeah.
and it's just funny to me because he like it's like wrapper and all. He like shoves it in their face and pushes them to the back, and then the
Yeah.
next dog comes up. But I always thought it was pretty amazing when he flips that one. The hot dog like falls out like 90% of the way, but it's still hanging on.
Stays in like you just
I'm
barely
like,
got it.
I
Yeah.
don't know, they just kept filming, but I was like, how did that hot dog stay in there?
Look, man, he is so good in this movie. Like I know that Jim Carrey's the guy that's known.
Yeah, he was
known.
expected to be
Yeah.
this way.
I think he's better than Jim Carrey, but
He's-
that's me. That's
yeah.
me completely. I think he's funnier, and I think he's a better actor.
He did an amazing job.
so good
Yeah.
in this movie. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, and then so, then Harry, let's see, no,
It
Lloyd,
jumps back to Lloyd.
jumps back to Lloyd, and he's picking up what's her name from her house, and he walks upstairs and says, "Suck me sideways." It's always like one of my favorite things that he said. And then he does
He's all impressed.
yeah,
Suck me
and
sideways.
then he does the knock on the door, which is just like the weirdest, like most aggressive knock.
Yeah, it's my favorite
Ever.
because it goes on forever.
It does.
Yeah, he just keeps going.
So freaking funny.
But yeah, that knock is probably one of my favorites. And I like this Halloween, I even thought about it because I'd watched the movie when I knocked on your door.
You
I was
did
like,
it,
just kept going with it.
It is pretty funny. But he like falls in love with her obviously instantly.
Yeah.
Lauren Holly was gorgeous
She was.
in 1994. I just freaking love how when she shuts the door, she's like, "I'll be right back," and he just like grabs his chest, like he's so
like
much in love, like it hurts his
I
heart. Right?
know.
It's like that's to me,
And
is
he's
genius.
so good. That's Jim Carrey's so good with like his physical almost like showing it. It's so freaking
obviously
funny.
he's an overactor, right?
He is
Like, that's
big
just
time.
what he does.
Absolutely.
He overacts, but for this part, it just makes total sense.
Yeah.
And then we go back and we see Harry, right? And he'd fed all the dogs and he had been driving like a maniac. And all the dogs were just covered in mustard and everything. And he opens up the door and she's like, "I got to get my dogs prepped, ready for this."
The little
Don't worry about it, Mrs. Noogie Burger. Like he calls her Noogie Burger. I don't even remember what her name was, but it's not Noogie Burger.
Yeah, it's like Nuremberg or something.
Yeah, something like that. But that just makes.
I like that she sounds like one of the dogs. She's all
Yeah, she does. Yeah, yeah. It's
like
so
whimpering when she sees him.
funny. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. That and they had to, like that truck. Like I always wanted to like build or have something that looked like it.
Pretty freaking
because
cool.
it's so ridiculous.
I love later on when he gets gas in it and he like
It lifts his
like
leg.
the leg comes up and like locks into place so he can get fuel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, what the design that went into that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking good. Yeah, but Lauren Holly is so good because she kind of has to be like the straight man for a lot of this movie, but she also is like super goofy in some places.
Yeah.
And she's like she's really pretty, but she's not like beautiful. You know what I mean? So like she just works really good.
She does. She's a good pick for her
this
role.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the whole thing, talking to her on the way to the airport and then telling her goodbye as he drops her off.
Dude, the goodbye is like my favorite because it's so like when he hugs her, he's all
I know.
and he like snuggles in even deeper and he's like, I hate goodbyes.
Yeah.
And
it's
just
so
the
good.
sound he makes and everything.
And he's watching her, walk through the airport and walk off, and that soundtrack hits again, where it's like dun dun dun, like so cheesy, but it's like perfect for everything. It's just so freaking funny, right? And then obviously he
rear ends the car. That's a quote that I like. There's so many quotes from this movie that it's hard to not talk about them.
I know.
But it's like when he's like, "Goodbye, my love."
Yeah.
And then he hits into the back. And I always thought, like, I remember watching it thinking, I'm like, are airbags like that? It's just like a giant rubber balloon.
Is that
I'm
what
like,
the airbags
I didn't
look
know
like?
they were like. And I remember thinking, I'm like, man, you would suffocate with a like plastic bag in your face.
Well, that was my favorite part too, is him trying to like get it down away from him. He's like biting it, like trying to get it away. That makes me laugh so hard every single time.
Yeah. But yeah, so then we move next to Lloyd and Harry's apartment after this all happens.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd loses his job. Harry ruins the dog delivery, and they both get evicted. With no money and nowhere to go, Lloyd begs Harry to drive him to Aspen so he can meet back up with Mary.
Yeah, so obviously Mary was dropping this off as like a kidnapping ransom to these two people, right?
Yep.
And he came in at the last minute, took it. And
slides in and grabs the briefcase.
Grabs it, heads home after losing his job and falling off the jetway. That was, again, another one of my favorite things. Fell off the jetway again. Again. Like that's the genius of it. Like fell off the jetway again.
Yep. You got to catch it happens all the time to him.
So freaking funny, right?
Yeah, and then the criminals are following them to figure out, why they took this briefcase. And I found it so weird that when he's talking about it, he's just pouring a prescription bottle in his mouth. I'm like, what pills on earth would you just pour and chew a bunch of them for your stomach?
Anytime.
It doesn't make any sense.
In a movie, too, when they're just like dry dogging some freaking medication.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, who can do that?
I don't know.
They
almost looked like marshmallows, like how soft. He's like just chewing on a bunch of them.
The only one you could do that with is if it's like an Advil, because it has that little candy coating
That's true.
outside.
Yeah.
But like anything else is like so gross. I don't know how people do it.
Or Pepto tabs.
Or Pepto tabs.
You
Yeah, but
chew a bunch of those.
But these are pills, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can like hear them chewing them and stuff. I'm like,
I know.
come
It's just
on.
like, what kind of pill is
This is
this?
disgusting.
Oh man. Yeah. And I do love, so when they get into their apartment, there's just like one poster on the wall that's this like Sports Illustrated swimsuit. I'm like, such a guy's apartment.
It
It's
totally
like, we got to put that up first.
And worms.
And
You got worms.
and a bird.
And a bird.
You got a bird and worms. That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that always cracks me up. I'm like, it's the like most bare bone, but they at least got their poster up of a girl.
Yeah, and they're talking about how they both lost their jobs at this point, right? They've both lost their jobs. They're just like, you are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what I mean?
Oh man,
so freaking.
No
funny.
offense.
Yeah.
Oh no, none taken.
That's the whole thing. He's like, oh yeah, no, none taken. I know.
And he's like, ha ha ha, and he stands up.
Yeah, and then he's talking about he met this girl. And how they were like, right off the bat, like, tractor beam, suck me right in.
Yep. The sound is so good.
Yeah, suck me right in. And so they're talking about that, and then is it? I think it's no. At this point, that's when the criminals come up and knock on the door.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. And they're kind of looking out the window. There's two of them. He's like, one of them's got a gun, and then he's like, did you pay the gas bill? Like, just like assuming like the gas man would come with a gun and backup.
Yeah.
To try and collect.
Yeah.
On the on the thing. It's so good. But they jump out the window, they're heading out, and there's like a homeless guy pissing on the wall as they're going out, which is pretty freaking funny. And then Lloyd he's going to town to get some stuff for the evening, right? And
he's like, get only the essentials.
Yeah, get only the essentials. Yeah.
And then he has like his sombrero, and he has like all this other random crap. He has like pinwheels too, doesn't he?
Pinwheels, yeah. But they drop Red Right Hand. The song, you remember? We talked about that in Scream.
Yeah, that's in that I forget. Yeah, you'd mentioned that.
So funny,
it's
man.
so good right there.
It really is. So
I love
funny.
how he's just like flipping the ball, and he's like, and then like the ball's gone.
It is pretty funny. And then he sees Rhode Island Slut. The newspaper. He's like, I gotta have one of those. And obviously, then his wallet gets stuck in there.
Going for the essentials, man.
Going for the essentials. And
his face when he's like looking around.
I love always when what does he say? Wiped. What does he say?
Gripes.
Gripes. That's what he says. Like everybody says. I'm just, that's so funny. And he asks the old lady to watch his stuff, and he kind of insults her in the process.
He does.
Right.
Which is so good because it's so like it's actually pretty accurate.
It's funny.
Like old people.
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Well, I can't remember it now. I've been thinking about all these quotes all day.
Yeah. And then he gets home, and it's like he's so dramatic walking in the front door. Like, it is the most dramatic thing.
When he collapses.
Collapse on him. It's like, yeah. It's so hilarious. And then we have this scene where they're fed up.
Yeah.
They've had enough. And he gives the speech of all speeches, right? Where he's trying to convince Harry to like, hey, let's go to Aspen.
Yeah.
We got no food. We got no jobs. Our pets' heads are falling off.
And I like Harry's like, just calm down.
Yeah. It is so funny.
But it is. It's one of the best speeches ever to get him. And he's all kind of emotional about it.
Where beautiful women instinctively flock like the salmon of Capistrano.
and he's all... Harry kind of doesn't know what he's talking about, but yeah, it's good. So he talks him into going, and they head west in Harry's shaggy dog van, which is awesome. And they go to a diner and make some enemies, make fools of themselves, while secretly again being pursued by the henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
The soundtrack and their matching jackets is like my favorite because I never realized they both are wearing like those little gray, like slick, like almost like track jackets.
Like members only jackets kind of things. Yeah.
I can't listen to that song because it ends right when he's like,
yeah, I know.
Because here I come.
Yeah, it's like along with the beat of the song.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Runs. Yeah.
It feels like you're running at an incredible rate.
Yeah. And then he's like, he's eating like his stuff, the way he's eating it. Oh, he's doing like this thing that he's always doing. He's like, where'd you get the money for that? We're on a very strict, tight budget, right? He's like, I sold some stuff.
Yeah.
Before we left, I was able to raise an extra $25. Stuff? What kind of stuff? Stuff. Yeah. I sold some stuff.
The way he says it,
stuff. I sold some stuff to Petey in 4-3, or is that what it was? Right?
Petey, Harry and Forsey, or I can't even remember
something like that. And he's like, "Oh, what'd you sell him, Petey?" Yeah.
I like the blind kid. And he's all, yeah. And then he's like, "Well, yeah."
Petey didn't even have a head.
Yeah, that part's
I
super
took care of
funny.
it. Yeah, and the note that they leave for the gas man is so funny.
Yeah.
You got the note on the door, and he puts a little smiley face on it, and then he picks it up, and he's like, "These guys must be pros." It's like,
Yeah.
why? How the hell did they know that I got gas? Because they call him the gas man.
Yeah.
That guy's funny. I love that dude.
He is funny. He's like a perfect hitman
He is
type of guy.
He's in Goodfellas, man. He's like,
Oh yeah,
he's a
He
legit.
is that guy in there, huh? I have never watched that show all the way through. Like I know all the actors, but I don't know the show. You watched it?
I did watch it recently.
Like
Yeah, it was
last
really
month
good
or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they devise a plan, the henchmen, to kind of get picked up, and Lloyd and Harry pick him up as a hitchhiker, and like just their behavior drives him up a wall.
Oh yeah, they do.
And he ends up dying.
Yeah. Before they do that, though, they stop at that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I
restaurant.
skipped past that diner, huh?
Yeah, there's the diner where they're going and they're just ordering some food, right?
Yeah.
And they're like,
Excuse me, Flo.
flow like the TV show.
That was but at that diner, and every time I go to the restaurant, I swear this comes up constantly.
It
The
does,
soup
man.
du jour.
Yeah.
What's the soup du jour? It's the soup of the day. That sounds good. I think I'll have that.
It's such a weird thing because,
Yeah.
like, wouldn't she say, like, oh, it's chicken noodle? Or,
Yeah.
like, oh, this soup du jour is tomato soup. You know?
Yeah.
So she just says it's the soup
It's
of the
the
day.
soup of the day.
It's the soup
Yeah,
of the day.
that's true. She doesn't really explain what it is, huh?
She just translates it from French to English. And he's like, yeah, I'll have it.
That sounds good.
That
I
sounds
think I'll
good.
have that.
But obviously, they're talking and he throws the salt over his shoulder, hits Seabass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This, again, is one of those classic lines. Kick his ass, Seabass. I don't know how many times I've said that to people in my life, but it's more than probably 100. I just say it all the time because it's really
It is a
classic.
good one.
And then they get Seabass back because he talked to Loogie and Harry's burger, right?
Which is
and-
they're super stupid, but this is a great plan.
Oh, worked out great. He picks up the check and they get out scot-free, right?
And Harry grabs everything
I know.
like licorice and everything else on there.
Like magazines and newspapers and everything. Put this on there too. Yeah, it's so
And
fun.
I love that when they're driving away, Harry's like, "Man, that was genius. Where'd you learn that?" And he's like, "I picked it up in a movie once." And then he's like, "Oh yeah, what do they get off?" And he's like, "Oh no." He's like, they catch up to him half a mile down the road and slit his throat. It's a good one.
And then you just hear the car go.
I love that he explains it as the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
And then after that he has to pee, and they're already trying to get away fast. So he's goes and pees in the bottle. Bottles, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that makes me laugh about this part, because I remember it as a kid too, when he's like, "I can't stop once I started. It stings," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "It does sting."
I
I'm
can't
like, "It's
stop
so
once
true."
I start. It stings.
And you're like, "It's true. You can't. It's
You
freaking
really
hard
can't.
and it hurts."
But the funniest thing is the cop stops and and he goes to hand it the bottle
Little
over.
pumpkin pie haircut freak.
Pumpkin pie haircut freak, but he hands it over to him and just spills a little on his jacket, and he's like, "Oh gosh!" And just the look on Harry's face is just like, "Oh, here you go."
So that actor in that point, we'll talk about later, but he was going to be cast as one of the main roles in the movie.
Yeah.
So kind of
He's
funny.
a funny guy, but the sound of him swishing the piss around.
There's a lot of those bodily sounds in this movie.
He's like,
It sounds just like
gosh,
that.
it's so
Like,
disgusting.
who swishes beer around anyway?
Yeah, I know. It's really gross, man.
Yeah.
And then it kind of goes
And then
back. Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. He's like, pull over. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing. Right?
Yeah.
But then they go back to Mary, and she's at this big house in Aspen.
Yeah.
Right. And they're talking about stuff. But that was actually a house that was in Park City, Utah.
Yeah, was it?
Directly next to a house my dad was building at the time.
Oh, wow.
He would tell me
That's an
stories.
amazing view.
He's like, I can't tell you how much of a pain it was when they were filming
Because it was
there.
so popular and it was.
Well, no,
oh, it was
'cause
during the filming.
It was during the
He was
filming.
building during
He was
that.
building
Oh, okay.
during it. So there was people there constantly, and this huge crew. And he's like, I'm trying to bring in.
It's crazy. There's not very many shots there.
No, well, there's some at then, and there's some
that's
at
true.
the end. But
They probably filmed it all in one.
yeah, it probably
long.
took them 3 or 4 days to shoot. You know what I mean? But it was
Yeah,
right
that
next
would be a
to
huge mess.
the when my dad was building a house right there. So
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But then he, like, while he's driving, Lloyd's driving, and he daydreams about meeting up again with Mary, right?
He does.
And
Yes. It's a classic.
And when he brings the suitcase to the door, I just love that there's like pigeons.
I know.
And she's in a sundress.
And that song, too.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I saw her standing in the rain.
That's the only time I can ever think of that song is the movie.
Make me happy. I sing it all the time.
And he hugs her, and he has to glance that she has no underwear on.
Yeah, he just kind of just barely lifts the back
Nice
of her
butt.
dress up and shows her bare ass.
Then he hugs her even tighter.
Hugs her
He's
entire.
even
Like,
more
oh, I
excited about
love
it.
this. This is so awesome.
Oh, man.
And then he's like, they're at dinner in his dream too, right? And the waiter is disrespecting him because he's kissing the arm of Mary, and he gets so mad.
And it's like gross kissing too.
Oh, it is, yeah. Her
It's like,
arm.
yeah, I was like, ugh.
It is really gross. And he like throws down his napkin, but he like hits the table when he throws it down, and then spins his chair around.
Smooth as ever.
Oh, smooth as ever.
Like, I don't know how many takes that took, but it was like, man, that was pretty smooth.
Perfect. So they fight, and he bites his nuts at one point.
Yeah. He's like, kicks it like 30 times. Then he's like,
Yep. And then the Asian cook comes out and beats him up for a while, but then he comes back up with the, you know, and
a little wipe.
yeah,
Kind of just
like, and then he pulls out his heart,
Yep.
puts it in a doggy bag, and gives it to him.
I showed this scene to my kids a while ago, and I remember thinking it was like super funny, and they laughed all the way up until the heart part, and then they were like, I was like, I guess that is a little intense.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
They were
to me.
like, what the heck?
Yeah. And then that kissing scene, when him and Mary are kissing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Dude, even to this day, it's awkward for me to watch.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because like she's not grabbing him. She's like putting her arms straight and like flipping around, and he looks almost robotic.
Yeah, he like mouth rapes her. And you hear the noises. It's just like
It's
so
gross.
bad. It's really bad, man.
And I love that when he takes his jacket off, he kind of shakes it off.
Yeah, shake
He's
it
still
off.
in a turtleneck.
Yeah.
And then she takes hers off, and then these bright lights.
And he's like looking at
He's
her.
kind of confused and realizes it's a semi coming towards him when he comes out of the dream.
It is pretty funny though.
Yeah, that part's awesome. And then this is where they cross paths with the henchmen and pick him up. That's their plan, is to get picked up by these guys and figure him out and get the briefcase back.
And it's just such a mess in the car.
Yeah.
With Lloyd and Harry.
Yeah.
Right. He about loses it several times.
I guess I skipped one part that I wanted to mention is it shows them in the little sauna together.
Oh yeah.
It's at that part,
Uh-huh.
and he's talking about his girlfriend that
Oh yeah.
that somebody took from him, and Jim Carrey's like, oh, what?
They were in the hot tub or the heart tub.
The heart tub, yeah,
Right. Yeah.
But I always like the part because as a guy, it's like, he's talking about his girlfriend. She gave me a bunch of crap, oh yeah, I called her up. She gave me a bunch of crap, something about me not listening. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention.
Yeah.
It's like my favorite.
It is so good.
But yeah, and then they pick him up, and it's funny because he's like, we usually don't pick up hitchhikers, but I'm going to go with my instincts on this one. And the guy's got his like gloves on and leather jacket. I'm like, looks like the creepiest person to pick up.
He really does. But then they start singing the Mockingbird song, which is obviously just the most annoying thing in the world, right? And then they pick up the Mexican family. Right. But I always love this part because now you hear the guitar playing and they're doing Mockingbird with the Mexican. But then he looks back at the shot of the guy playing guitar. He's not even playing
Not
guitar.
even trying.
Not even playing.
Yeah.
He's just holding it.
That's true.
And
And
you
I
can-
remember that.
Yeah.
Like, I remember seeing that as a kid. Like,
Why did they choose that shot? Like, why not do a shot
I
where he
don't
looks
know.
like he's playing?
Gene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just singing with their accents.
Yeah.
And then you hear the bear song from Green Jelly. Do you remember that? The bear went over the mountain to see.
I know. I don't remember it much.
Yeah.
Like, I heard it just because you'd made note of it. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it's a weird song.
My uncle / cousin, he was a year older than me. He had that album, Green Jelly. It was the stupidest
I do
songs
remember the
ever.
case
Oh,
for
yeah.
Green Jelly.
Really weird.
Really
like,
weird.
Yeah, super. So it just, we played it all the time. It was so dumb.
I forgot all about that band.
Yeah, but it was in there when they go in. I think it's when they're in the atomic, whatever.
I usually,
place.
as they're starting to, like, the scene moves into there.
That's right.
You can hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, with the hot peppers.
Yeah.
and whatnot,
In the
right?
hot pepper scene, there's parts that I forgot about, and then when I watched it this time around, it still made me laugh super hard. But when they eat the peppers and they're like spitting them out, when Jim Carrey slaps them both down and is squirting it up, and he gets some in his mouth and just blows it out. I'm just like,
this helps.
What a freaking mess.
Yeah, it is so funny. But they end up killing the gas man.
Yeah. Yeah, they end up giving him the pills. It looks like just a film cartridge.
It does look like that's what I thought it was too, but it's rat poison.
Yeah.
Right? So they end up giving that to him instead of his real pill.
Yeah. And that's another one of those nasty bodily, like...
Oh, yeah, the way he
the gurgle.
He's got stuff like all over his face. Yeah. And then they just leave.
No one asks. They don't really care. Just leave a dead body there.
Get up and
apparently
head out.
you can do that.
Apparently. Yeah.
Driving
so they
along.
just leave.
So after that, they're heading along the road, and they go the wrong way for like Harry's messing, or sorry, Lloyd misses the turn as he's messing with Harry while he's sleeping, and they go the wrong way for a long time. And there's some pretty good parts right here because they stop at a gas station, and but yeah, the thing is, I like when they stop at the gas station, and Lloyd, like when he's walking around, is this before? Maybe it's right here, and then he gets back in, and Harry's asleep. So sorry, I jumped ahead.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, so they stop at a gas station and get some snacks and stuff, and I just like that Lloyd's like flipping that thing around like nunchucks.
Yeah,
and that's when Harry starts.
You mean?
Yeah, Harry starts talking with what you find out is the FBI agent. But I always thought she was Lisa from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, really?
Forever. When I was a kid, I was like, pretty sure that's her.
Yeah, no,
pretty sure. But seeing it again, obviously it wasn't.
Obviously it wasn't.
And then, and then before Seabass like arrives and tortures, the part that I like is when it shows the scene of Jim Carrey urinating in the toilet, and it's like,
yeah, doing circles.
And I was like, dude, that's a total dude thing. We still do it to this day.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, then Seabass like shows up because there was a thing on the wall saying for a good time, be here at this time.
So does Seabass just normally come?
I guess.
Is he the guy?
He's the guy.
Right?
Yeah, Seabass is the guy.
That dude's been doing some stuff for a while.
And that yelp that Lloyd lets out when he sees Seabass is so hilarious.
Yeah.
Right? And he just like sinks. He just sinks into the corner of the stall. And he gets real lucky because Harry comes in and just
his pants are starting on fire because he spilled gas.
Yeah, he spilled
lit a cigarette for him.
Yeah, it is pretty good. But yeah, Harry like out there talking to that lady and like falls over and breaks her rear view mirror, your side view mirror. Oh my gosh,
this is loose.
Yeah,
gives it back
gives it back to her. So freaking funny.
As she's talking about how clumsy her ex-boyfriend was.
Yeah. Yep.
But the part. So after that. And Harry saves Lloyd. He goes and gets a drink, and he comes out and he's got those big gulps. And this is a total improvised line. It just happened to be some dude standing there, and he's like, "Big gulps, huh? Well, see you later."
Yeah, just such
it's
a
the best because they're like
Mm-hmm.
they just go along with it too.
Yeah,
I'm
and
glad
he goes,
they put that in.
I do too. And they go like the complete wrong way. They end up like in Nebraska or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember where they end up. But I just love the things like I always thought the Rocky Mountains were going to be more rocky than this.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that John Denver's full of shit, man. You know, that was one of those lines as a kid.
And they're just staring at it for like a couple
forever.
of minutes, and then it switches to the
Yeah.
new scene that they've gone in the wrong direction forever, and they
That's
end up
right.
trading in the car for a mini scooter. But that first part, when they're arguing on the road, is like one of my favorite parts of the movie.
It's great.
Just
man.
the scene, the way they filmed it, of like they're separated and
Well, you get the song, the
location.
Crash Test Dummy song.
Yeah.
Drops right there.
It's a cool song anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Perfect for this movie.
But one of my favorite lines for sure is right here is when he's like, the song kicks in. He's like, "Oh, well, pardon me, Mr. Perfect. I guess I forgot you never make a mistake." And it's like how he's all crying.
It is really, really good.
His face in that's just super good. And then they get the scooter and he almost eats it coming up to him and then takes Harry with him. But I love as they're riding along and he's like, they're trying to get the semi to honk and he like shakes and like the seriousness on his face
goes into
I was like, I've been there with it. Like when
a
you get that
death
head
wobble.
shake, you're like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's not good. But there's so many iconic lines again in this movie.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's too many to mention right here.
he's like, man, I gotta pee. And he's like, just go, man. Like, oh, that's really warm,
Yeah.
And then the whole Samsonite thing, trying to come up with what her name was, like silly, slappy, Swilly Swanson. He's like, maybe it's on the briefcase. Oh, Samsonite. I was way off.
Yeah. I think Samsonite has to have made.
Oh my gosh.
Their name was huge after that.
I managed a Samsonite store.
Oh, that's right. You did.
For like a year and a half.
Was it there in.
It was in Draper.
It was. Okay.
I
thought it was
worked at the one in Park
something.
City here and there. And
It was an actual Samsonite
It was an actual Samsonite store. I was a manager at the Samsonite store. I cannot tell you how many people said that line.
Makes sense.
I probably heard it 15 times a week. It's not just even like people coming in, but obviously say it's Samsonite. I was way off, and I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. Haven't heard that one. Or just people walking by the store.
You could just hear them say it.
Oh yeah, they're like Samsonite. I was way off.
That's
like,
so funny.
Constant.
I would bet so.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I didn't even know of that luggage brand until this movie.
Until this movie. Like, and it's just like insane how many people said that thing.
Yeah.
When you work at a Samsonite store and you're there for 8 hours a day,
I would
just hear
imagine.
it constantly.
So awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
And yeah, it's just funny because I like the part when he's like, she must be unlisted. He like shows his own breath.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Good stuff. But yeah, then they show up in Aspen, or well, they're there already. And this is where they accidentally discover the briefcase is full of cash.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have anywhere to stay.
Yeah.
And so they're out like near a little burning barrel.
Yeah.
And they throw the briefcase, and that's when the money comes out. And then from there, things get crazy. They just live the life of luxury.
Mm-hmm.
But the campfire scene is also one of the best, and something that comes up, once a year or once every other year when you're talking to somebody. You're like, when he looks at his hands, he's like, oh, yeah. He's like, maybe you should wear these extra gloves. My hands are kind of sweaty.
My hands are kind of
And then when they
extra gloves this entire time.
Yeah. And then when he's choking him and he's like screams and he's like, your hands are freezing. There's so many good scenes.
I love after they figure out that there's cash in there and they're like walking down the street all excited. They're so excited. But they're like, it's like such like a little kid thing. Like the way
what are
they're
we going to do with it?
It's like, look, we're going to have we're going to pay back. Our word is as good as our bond. We're going to have IOUs for and they're just like so excited that they found all this money and just like walking down the street.
They just blow it all.
They
on
blow
everything.
it all. Yeah. And then obviously there's a whole bunch of different stuff that happens, but they're like Harry or Lloyd is going to go out or they're going to go to the gala.
That they see in the paper after. Yeah, they were sitting in bed and they read it.
Exactly. And I just love Harry's lines. Like, come on, Cinderella. We got to get you ready for the ball. When they're going to go find their suits.
And then them getting ready is another really good sequence.
Great montage.
I love the toenail part.
Oh, it's so gross. It's so gross.
Because like just his face, and then they get a grinder out and everything.
Yeah.
But the ketchup packet part's so cool. I always forgot. I was like, man, would that work that well? Because he's like shaving him, and he's like, you can tell it's not ketchup; it's super blood looking.
And then Harry trades places with the lady masseuse. He like whispers to her, like,
and he puts her dress on.
He's like trying to keep it down over his nuts. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But yeah, and then obviously this is like when they get the best suits ever made.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just like that Taylor's like super done with it when he comes out in that and he like tap dances.
Like,
and Harry loves it.
Yeah. And they go to the ball.
They go to the ball. Yeah. And when they show up and they're like sparring or they're like fighting, and then when Harry hits him in the back of the legs,
what a weird thing to do in the back of the legs too, like the way he hits him.
Just funny because you think they're down and they're walking in, and he just runs up and just drills him in the back.
And then
he
says, "Time out."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh,
time out. I don't want to do this anymore." And then that line too. Look at the fun bags on that hose hound.
Yeah. And like, but yeah,
did you notice that the bad guy, the guy that actually kidnapped her husband, is the dad from Hocus Pocus? I'd never noticed it until now because I'd watched Hocus Pocus just not too long ago.
Yeah,
and I'm like, how the hell do I know that guy?
That was him.
He's the dad from Hocus
That's funny.
Pocus.
Yeah, that's probably the only two movies I've ever seen.
That's the only thing I've ever seen him in too, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe something else. But.
And then one of the best lines too, he's like, when he's talking about Mary, he's like, I got that old fashioned feeling.
Yeah.
I'd do anything to boner. And he's like, that's a special feeling.
That's a special feeling.
And then they kill the owl. And he's like, boy, this party really died.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Nice Hooters.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot about that part. There's and then the Aspen social circles. Lloyd tries to impress Mary with an awkward charm, pretends to be rich. Meanwhile, Harry unintentionally befriends her, creating an unspoken love triangle. So, this is where Harry starts to become more interested in Mary because she took interest in him.
Yeah.
And then you see like Harry's date. This is where a lot of things. It's pretty freaking hilarious. The whole section here with oh my gosh, what's his name? No, what's his name?
Harry?
That plays Harry.
Jeff
Daniels. Like this is where he like shines.
Oh,
he's so ridiculous.
He's
in
so
this
freaking
part.
good, dude. He's amazing.
And then the whole Mary Moon song is like
it's so good,
the greatest song, and
it's
it
so
goes
dumb,
so well with
like
this.
The lyrics are the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, but it's a great song. It's perfect for this movie. You know,
and
she's a vegetarian. I don't know why. Mary Moon.
But yeah, everybody on planet Earth would recognize this song and associate it with Dumb and Dumber.
And then there's like, who is it? Lloyd's talking to the FBI agent. He doesn't know she's an FBI agent. And she's like, yeah,
that's right. He's at the bar, huh?
Yeah, there's been some family problems, but I don't want to bore you with those. He's like, thanks. You know what I mean?
Like they wanted to go on, but yeah.
And then that snowball fight that Harry has with Mary.
This is where you can tell they don't spend much time with women.
Yeah.
Because he's like
he whitewashes her face. He throws a snowball right
That's
at her
another
face.
one of those shots that's so good because when he throws it, he's only like his hand almost hits her. Yeah. And he point blank throws a snowball in her face.
Legitimately pissed off during the fight. Like he's mad at her. And then finally like starts laughing.
And then he realizes and he just laughs like super loud.
And then that shot of Lloyd like gagging and crying, like
they pull up and he drops her.
Yeah, so freaking good. Dude.
It's like one of the best like gifs too that you can share with people because you're like,
it is pretty bad because he finds out that they were on a date.
Yeah,
you know, and Harry was betraying him.
Yep, and and that's when Lloyd comes up with the plan. He's like, I'm going to sabotage their date because they're talking, and that part's pretty funny too. When he's like. Lloyd's like, or Harry's trying to play it off and say like, maybe she meant 10 p.m. And he's like, oh yeah. Then he gets the X-Lax and I love the scene, just the face that he makes when he's pouring it in there. It's almost like he's advertising it.
I know.
And then when he pours it in, he's like,
it always looks gross. It looks like water.
Yeah.
That he pours in.
It's bad.
I'm like, I don't know. That looks like it would make me, even though it looks like water, I expected it to be like white or something.
Me too. That's what it should be. Yeah.
But then that diarrhea scene comes.
One of the most memorable scenes.
I remember vividly watching that and laughing so hard with my dad at the theater at this scene.
This is the part my dad talked about forever after seeing it.
It's so classic, right?
Yeah. I don't think I understood it as well then until you become an adult. Because now I can see why my dad laughed so hard.
The fear.
You've gone through that.
Yeah. That fear of taking a shit like that at a girl's house and then finding out that it won't flush.
Yeah.
Like, there's no more fear deeper than that, I don't think. Right? Like,
and just everything leading up to it, like, of course it hits you in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Like, his face just changes immediately. Like, I've been there a million times when you're just like
you get that
peeling
grip.
the leather off from your steering wheel.
You got sweat. You're squirming. You're turning the AC up like as high as
and you're like, I don't know what to do. Am I going to just get out and crap in the highway the freeway?
There's no worse feeling.
Yeah. I think it I understand it better now why it was so funny to my dad because guarantee he's been through that.
He's done that.
And I like when he's sitting on the toilet too when he's like stomping because I'm like I've done that to where you're like just get out like it hurts so bad.
And that feeling afterwards when it's like over, you're just like,
yeah. He like laughs. That little high pitched fart.
Oh my gosh. It's pretty funny.
That scene's amazing. During all of that, Lloyd then gets up, he hooks up with Mary because Harry's occupied. And it's funny, she just leaves him.
I know.
Like he's fixing toys. She's like, something came up, I gotta leave. And he's in there trying to like fix the toilet.
Oh man. Luckily for him. Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It worked out as good as it could have.
Yeah.
But yeah, he shows up with Mary, shows her the briefcase, and then the chaotic showdown unfolds with guns and confusion and idiocy and things like that. And the police, this is towards the end here. So
Yeah, I love. So he brings her back to the hotel, right? And they're going upstairs, and he's like, "I'll race you to the top," and he trips her.
Yeah.
Gets to the top, and he's like, "Yeah, like he won." And I was like, "Holy crap!"
One of my friends and I used to always pretend to sprain our ankle, like and do like dramatic stuff, and I'm pretty sure it's because of this movie. It's like you like grab it, and he does such a good job. Trips her up on the way up.
And that another line too. There's just so many lines in this. It's like I like you.
There's
lot.
a ton.
You know
right
what I mean?
Here.
I like you a lot.
Yeah.
Like
I like you a lot.
And then so you're telling me there's a chance. It's just like
how he couldn't understand what she was saying.
There's so many lines.
There are.
It's almost like unfathomable.
Yeah.
It's one of these movies. It's like it's almost too. It's like so classic.
Yeah, it is.
Like I don't know. I don't watch it that often because it's almost like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like it's so classic that it's like I don't even know. I really don't know how to explain it. It's really odd. Like, oh yeah, no, I've seen that a million times.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Very odd.
It's good, and that's when the main bad guy shows up, right?
Right.
Is when he and Mary are in there talking, and he's doing all that stuff that he's misunderstanding.
And he's trying to talk to him, and he's like, "Hey, listen, Mr. Samsonite." That is
I didn't even catch that.
So funny to me, man. And he's talking about how he's got all these IOUs, and he pulls one out. This one, that's a car. 275,000. Might want to hang on to that one.
275 then.
Yeah.
That car's what, 800 now?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And then like he's on the he gets like thrown on the bed or something, and he's like pissed off, and he throws the pillow at the gunman. Like
and it's like straight down.
It's like his left hand or something, because like the worst throw ever. It's so freaking funny.
He's all mad.
Yeah, it's really good.
I never really noticed how tacky Harry's shirt was. Because like I always have just noted the little
bolo tie.
Bolo tie, but it has two like over his breasts.
Yeah,
I was
so
like,
funny, dude.
It looks so ridiculous.
Yeah, and then he shoots. He gets shot.
Yep, he does.
Right, Harry gets shot.
He's like, kill him.
Yeah,
and he gets shot. And I just love Jim Carrey right there because he's like, you killed my best friend, you bastard.
It's so funny. But then so he shoots Harry, right? And then he puts it back and he's pointing it at Lloyd, and the slides back on the gun. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I didn't notice that.
Like he's out of bullets, right? So the slides back on the gun, and then it cuts away and comes back, and the slides back again. I was like, you missed that one, Mr. Editor.
Yeah, no.
Come on,
slipped right on through.
But it's so hilarious because then he reveals that he had a bulletproof vest.
Yep.
Right, and they're kind of all talking back and forth, and then Lloyd's like, well, what if he would have shot you in the face? Right?
Yeah. And I love that line because as a kid, that's what I always thought about.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can't wear a bulletproof vest on my face.
Yeah.
And then when I saw something brought up in a movie, I'm like, geez, that's the same concern I had.
I was thinking
so
about
funny.
that
They
too.
knew that. It was so smart to put that in there.
Because that's how a kid thinks.
It is. Yeah.
Right?
And so
Yeah.
they're dumb. And that's what happens. And so, it kind of winds down from there.
Mm-hmm.
They catch the bad guys. Mary reunites with her husband, and they're all dejected, clueless, and then they start. I don't know, how do they end up out of town anyway?
They just start walking.
That's right. They just start walking.
Yeah, they had to walk.
And there were a bunch of alternate endings. I'll talk about that. But the bus pulls up with all the bikini models, and they ask for direction. And then it's still funny to me that they would even offer, we're looking for two guys to oil us down. And they're like, you're in luck. They're a town. Not too. That's where, and I remember my dad commenting on this part. He's like, I thought they were stupid in the movie, but when they did that, he's like, they are the dumbest two on the planet. So funny.
It's good stuff.
But yeah, and so that is Dumb and Dumber, man.
That is Dumb and Dumber.
There's so much more to talk about, but it's like it feels like you're just talking about quotes and so. But very memorable. I loved this movie. And still, it made me laugh a ton. But let's talk about some of the behind the scenes and production notes with this movie. The original title. This was the hardest thing, is to pitch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they had a hard time getting anybody to pick it up because obviously a title, Dumb and Dumber,
it's tough. Yeah.
doesn't seem like one you really want to put money into. So no studio wanted to make a movie called Dumb and Dumber. The Farrellys changed the name of the script to Go West, and then A Power Tool is Not a Toy, which to me, I'm like, how would they pick that up over Dumb and Dumber?
I think just to get the people to look at it.
It just seems funny
right?
that would even be looked at even more.
I know.
But yeah, just to get him to look at it. The script passed through and was rejected by every major Hollywood studio until it made its way to New Line Cinema.
They were all right. They would make whatever.
Yeah, they're like, good.
Let's do it.
That's funny, yeah, because that's exactly what happened. Where the studio president, Mike DeLuca, loved the script and agreed to make it. But Bob Shea, the studio CEO, hated it and only agreed to greenlight the film if the filmmaker could secure 2 leads by the studio. The Farrellys pitched the script to the entire list of actors, all of whom turned it down. They could not find anybody. And I don't know how true this is, but some of those included were Nicolas Cage, Martin Short, Steve Martin, Rob Lowe, Gary Oldman, and none of them wanted it, which I can't imagine any of those in this role.
I could see Nicolas Cage, maybe.
Steve Martin, Short
Steve
could pull
Martin
it off.
And Martin Short, both of those. Yeah,
Rob Lowe, I can't see.
Rob Lowe doesn't make sense to me. Gary Oldman definitely doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense to me either.
No,
he's more of a drama actor. So, but according to Bobby Farrelly, occasionally we'll bump into somebody who will say like, "Hey, how come you never offered me a role?" And he's like, "I offered you Dumb and Dumber." But they never got them.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, he talks about how a lot of agents just didn't even give it a chance.
Yeah.
They didn't even make it to the actors. You know, it was just like, no, I'm not gonna have my actor doing this. So, but yeah, interesting. So as for the cast, despite the pile of rejections, the filmmakers soldiered on and eventually offered the part of Lloyd Christmas to a relatively newcomer, Jim Carrey. Which I thought he'd been a lot more established at that point. I guess that this was his year.
Yeah, this is when his run sort of had started.
Yeah.
Did he do? Yeah.
He was in Living Color. That was like his big.
Yeah. Well, he'd done some movies too.
Yeah, he did Just Bitten, or what is it?
Once Bitten.
Once Bitten. So he'd done some stuff, but yeah. The thing that's crazy about it is they offered him $350,000, and because of the success of Ace Ventura and other projects, they renegotiated his final salary of $7 million.
Yeah, so
that's
Ace
insane.
Ventura must have been before this, then, right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
I think he was shooting The Mask before this too, or done The Mask before this. Wasn't it about that time?
Yeah, it was right around the same time. But yeah, for sure, I was like, I know he had some stuff,
but those all came out the same year because he became the first actor in history to headline 3 #1 movies at a box office in the same year.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
So that's pretty impressive. But the thing is, like, he was offered $7 million. That's what his salary ended up being for this movie. It's almost half of the money's total budget
was for him.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah, and
but
Harry,
I can't see it without him. So
Jeff Daniels didn't make like anything hardly.
He didn't
in this.
And yeah, so moving on to talk about him, that's the thing that's kind of crazy is when they offered it to, so the studio didn't want to cast Daniels because he'd never appeared in anything like comedic. So they were like, I don't know how he's going to do with this. Carrey really liked him, and Jim Carrey kind of vouched for him. But they offered him, they lowballed him at $50,000 to do the movie because they figured he's not going to take it.
There's no way.
So we won't have to worry about him. Guess what? He took it.
He took it.
And I'm glad he did because he did such a good job. This is where Williams, the guy that played the police officer that drank the piss, he was actually going to be the one that this is who the directors were kind of leaning towards.
Yeah.
But he didn't make that, but they still featured him in the movie, which is kind of funny. But yeah, they strongly opposed him. It's crazy to me that they offered such a low ball and he took it, and man, he was awesome in it. Then Lauren Holly, Mary Swanson, she actually had turned down the role to play Courtney Cox's role in Ace Ventura. That's crazy to me.
That is funny.
But later co-starred with Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, so that's kind of cool. And then they had a real life romance. Actually, they were married for a while. Here's some interesting little things about the movie. The chipped tooth is actually real.
I didn't know that.
Jim Carrey had chipped his front tooth years earlier in a fight, and he normally wore a cap on it, but he simply removed it for Lloyd's deranged look for the film.
That's crazy.
It's perfect, but I can't believe that it was actually his real tooth that was chipped like that.
I know.
So that's kind of cool. There were a lot of improvised lines. I mean, that's one thing that Jim Carrey does really well. The entire most annoying sound in the world scene was not scripted, and you can actually see Jeff Daniels start to laugh when they cut away.
Yeah.
And then the line, "No way, that's great. We've landed on the moon." You know that part?
Yeah.
My voice, sorry, I got a cold. That was improvised as well. He just walked out and saw that and just shared his little moment there, and that made it into the film. And then the Big Gulps part, that was actually not part of the scene. The Big Gulpers weren't even extras. They were hanging out watching the film filming, and the director Peter Farrelly put them in the scenes.
That's so awesome.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they've shown everybody that. You
for
know, it's
sure,
like, dude, that's me right there. There's some interesting stuff about the filming. So the location and some of the things that happen. The scenes at the Danbury Hotel in Aspen were actually filmed at the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park.
Which is crazy.
I didn't know that.
That's like the Shining Hotel.
Yeah, it's the Shining Hotel. So they booked a room there, and apparently, and I looked all over. This is pretty well known. Jim Carrey booked the famous room 218. What is it? 2 something like that.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
217. And while they were filming there, and a few hours into the middle of the night, he ran out and never would talk about it. He had some kind of, because they knew of the history and the Shining and the haunted aspects of the hotel, but he had something happen and he still doesn't talk about it. But left that night from the Stanley Hotel. So I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
the bathroom scene. After the movie premiered and was a big hit, Daniels was approached by Hollywood legend Clint Eastwood at a celebrity golf tournament, who told the actor that the embarrassing toilet scene had actually happened to him in real life. Apparently, Clint had gone out on a date and was beset by some bad shellfish and sped to the bathroom only to find it was broken once he had done his business. So kind of funny. The other thing is, some of the locations, like you were saying, it was kind of jumped around a lot. A lot of it was in Salt Lake and Park City, Utah, which is cool. Estes Park, Breckenridge is actually the main street that was used for the Aspen scene. And then Fort Morgan, many of the highway scenes, including Wrong Way scene, were filmed around Fort Morgan. Copper Mountain Resort was used for the ski scenes were filmed at Copper Mountain. So weird to me. It's like Aspen has all this stuff. They just couldn't secure those. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then Salt Lake was, the Providence, Rhode Island apartment. Park City was used for the mini bike through Aspen. That's where that was filmed. Deer Valley, Sandy. It's crazy. All these parts of Utah that we know. And then some other things. That was a whole part that I talked about with. Then cameos. So Seabass's real job, the intimidating trucker Seabass, was played by former professional hockey player Cam Neely, a legendary right winger for the Boston Bruins, which is kind of cool. They're huge fans of the Boston Bruins, and so that's why they included him. I thought that was cool. I didn't know he was any more than just an extra. The original ending to the movie had the Danbury Hotel concierge offering Harry and Lloyd a job working 1 day a week at the hotel, which the pair laughed off and they leave on their moped.
That's a dumb ending. I'm glad they didn't do it. It doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't. Another ending similar was the concierge asking the two to stay and possibly look after his grandson, who ends up being Billy in 4C, the blind child that Lloyd tricked into buying.
So that could have been funny.
That could have been funny.
Yeah.
But when they shot the current ending, the studio wanted Harry and Lloyd to get on the bus and with the Hawaiian Tropic models, but Carrey and the Farrelly brothers refused, citing the fact that the characters are supposed to be dumb. Worked out better for them. They wouldn't pass on it. It's kind of cool. They had a lot of different endings there. So
they definitely did. So let's talk about our favorite picks.
Okay,
Cam. When I look at my favorite scene and my favorite character is Harry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. It is. He's so good. I think he's
extremely good
in this movie.
And it was out of his, Carrey played Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's what Jim Carrey does.
Yeah,
there's, obviously he's great at it because that's what he does. But that was not Jeff Daniels. Shtick.
To step up and do that for $50,000,
and he killed it.
Yeah, he did.
It just the way he looked, his hair. Oh my gosh!
What was your favorite scene?
I have a really hard time with the favorite scene, but I think it's probably the dramatic "Let's go to Aspen" scene.
Oh yeah.
In the apartment. I just think that's
a good scene.
There's so much great stuff there.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Jeff Daniels did amazing, but I'm going to go with Jim Carrey because he makes the movie for me. Yeah, I was obsessed with him. He's like my favorite. My favorite scene is the daydream. The date.
Yeah. That's hard to
just
beat.
all it goes on, when he's trying to impress all the rich people. He has that ridiculous turtleneck. That's my favorite scene in the movie.
Yeah, there's so many. You could have went with obviously the diarrhea scene.
There's so many good scenes in it. Yeah, I had a hard time. I went back and forth, but I'm like, I think that part stood out to me. It made me laugh pretty hard this last time I watched it, and I hadn't seen it in a while. So I'm like, I'm gonna go with that scene.
That's awesome. I love it.
It's time for the Raised by VHS Top 5 list.
Top 5 list, Cam.
Yes.
And what did you go with for our top 5 today?
So the top 5 list is the top 5 most quotable comedy movies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is hard, man, because
I know.
there are so many movies that I quote
And so I did
on a daily basis.
I kind of mixed this up because a lot of it is just the ones that I quote the most.
That's what I was like, there's too many, and
Yeah.
there's too many that people use.
Mhm.
I went with what probably comes up most of the time for
Yeah,
me.
and I mixed them because some of these are just like I don't quote as much, but they're just so quotable.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
it's a mix.
It's hard to go off from like what
Yeah.
generally people probably quote more.
Mhm.
I did more of what probably comes up in my everyday.
Okay. You want to start? Go with it.
I'll
Number
go with
5.
Yep. So number 5 is Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail.
I don't
Yeah.
know why. It's like that long ago, and it still will come up from like.
Yeah.
She turned me into a newt.
Yeah.
I got better.
It's a shrubbery. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just like a million.
It just comes up all the time. It's so crazy to me. So that's my number 5.
That's great. My number 5 is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
I mean, just so many quotes.
Yeah, all the
Never
time.
ending. We've talked about a million of them today, so
Yep.
it's one of those.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So if I go with my number 4, I'm going with The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, that's a
There
great
are
one.
so many quotes from this, and it's not my favorite, but I hear it quoted so much.
Yeah.
I mean, as you wish. Anybody want a peanut? I do say that one actually once in a while. Inconceivable. I mean, there's a million
There are.
quotes from this, and so I had to put it in there because it's one of the ones that I hear so often.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
My number 4 is, and this is because I guess it's because I work with nurses a lot, and they've all seen this movie. My wife likes this movie. I like this movie, but it's Mean Girls.
Oh, okay.
Because there's
Yeah.
a lot of funny quotes that come up with
I've
that.
only seen that like once.
Cow, man, I've watched it quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I'm like, the writing is super good because
Yeah.
it is exactly how girls are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So,
I'm sure there's great stuff there. Yeah.
so number 3
Mm-hmm.
for me is Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a full on quotable movie. Like
Yeah.
I don't like the movie. I remember seeing it and being funny, but it was everybody that kept it alive with all the quotes.
There's so
and then
many.
it became like a cult classic.
Especially where we live.
Yes,
Like probably not as much
I
around
would
the
say
United
that's probably
States,
true too.
but here, being in Mormonville, you know, it's
And it was
huge.
all filmed in Idaho,
It's
so
all
it's
filmed in
very,
Idaho. Mormon
very
filmmakers,
familiar looking.
Mormon, everybody was Mormon.
Yep.
You know, so it.
But I would
definitely-
say I would do like Napoleon Dynamite / Nacho Libre.
Yeah, Nacho Libre.
because they're
To
both
me,
from the same.
the Nacho Libre was bigger for
Yeah.
me as far
Yeah.
as that because same filmmaker.
Yeah. That's I was like kind of a tough one, but I'm like I probably hear Napoleon, but
Yeah.
you're probably it's because of where we're at.
Yeah, for sure. That was your number 3. My number 3 is one of my favorite movies of all time, and this is not most quoted everywhere, but for me it is The Burbs.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many times.
That's your number
my number 3.
number 3.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen that. I've never seen anybody drive their garbage down to the street and bang the hell out of it with a stick. I've
Yep.
never seen it. You know, I want to kill everyone. Like
Any
there's
of you that have listened to any of our other stuff, like
you know.
we quote it all the time.
constantly mutilations. You know. So, anyways, that's my number 3. Let's see. I need to do my number 2 now.
Yeah, do your number
My
2.
number 2 is again not for everybody, but for me it is Encino Man.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I've heard
there's-
you bring that up.
I talk.
times.
I have so many of these, like Wheeze the Juice. You know, Hush, please. There's a million. So
yeah.
Encino Man.
I remember using that one more when I
Yeah.
was after I'd seen it.
It's great.
My number 2 is The Burbs.
The Burps.
We talk
Nice.
about it
Yeah.
all the time, have for a long time, probably a lot more so since me and you have done this
Yep.
podcast. Well, these podcasts.
Yeah.
So it's a
So
great
many.
movie. It has some great lines.
Mhm.
And then my number 1's going to be Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber.
For how old it is,
Mhm.
for all the different friend groups I've been part of,
Yeah.
everyone knew this movie. Everyone knew the quotes. And so it's my number 1. It still, to this day, comes up.
Nice.
So that's my number 1. What's your number 1?
So my number 1 is this is another one of those movies that I had on VHS that I watched every night for like forever. And to me, it's better than Dumb and Dumber. In my mind, it's Tommy Boy.
oh, yeah.
Oh my!
Tommy Boy has some
gosh.
great ones, and they come up a lot.
There are so many, you know, obviously fat guy in a little coat. Yeah, holy shnikes. I mean, everybody says that now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shut up, Richard. Your brain has a shell
That's
on
true.
it.
That's a great one.
There's
I
so
don't know why
many.
that didn't come up on my list.
There's so many. So that's my number 1.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy.
That's a good one.
So that
God,
was
there's
our-
so many.
Dude.
There's like Anchorman and Step
Oh, yeah.
Brothers,
Mhm.
like, but these are the ones that probably come up most
Yeah.
in my everyday. So
Love it. Let's move on, Cam.
Thank you for calling the VHS Conspiracy Hotline.
I just like the intro to that.
Yeah, you do.
Every time.
Love it.
So I thought this one was pretty funny.
Okay.
So I wanted to include it in here.
Let's do it.
So this is mass coincidence, right? So Jeff Daniels played a character on Speed named Harry. He was one of the police detectives.
Okay.
Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad.
The theory is that Harry Dunne in Dumb and Dumber is the same character from Speed. In Speed, Harry's character is blown up by a bomb planted in the house. The theory claims that the explosion did not kill him, but rather resulted in severe permanent brain damage, fundamentally altering his personality and his intelligence. The result, Harry fakes his death to escape the stress of police life and reconnects with his only friend, Lloyd, becoming an idiotic, carefree person that we see in Dumb and Dumber.
That's awesome. Actually, that makes sense.
It does make sense.
I like it.
I do remember seeing Speed and thinking, like, oh, that's funny. He played Harry in another movie, but I never put that together. That's funny.
Yeah.
So I don't know who brought that up, but I was like, that's pretty awesome.
That's great.
Because he dies in that movie. Apparently he didn't die, just had brain damage, and that's why he's so stupid.
That's beautiful.
That's pretty good.
I love that. I'll take that one all day.
The Raised by VHS movie memorabilia inferno.
All right, Cam.
Let's see my chipped tooth.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I should have done something like that. So this is kind of
Dude, I'm pretty excited about this because
Are you?
I'm a huge fan of Dumb and Dumber. So.
Well, this is gonna be interesting because I don't even know. I'm just gonna show it
Is
to
that
you.
laminated?
Yes, it is. So this is signed by the actor Mike Starr, the actual
Is it
gas
really?
man, with an authentication on the back.
How much did you pay for this?
I got a good price on it.
That's awesome.
So this
man.
is the note. This is the note, the gas man note that they leave on their
This
door.
is a real signature. Check
And
that
it's
out.
signed by the actual actor Mike Starr. So I thought that was hilarious.
Dude, that's freaking
That's pretty
awesome.
sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all laminated, but yeah, there is an authenticity
It's legit, man.
thing on the back, which is
Oh, it does have it.
Yeah, so
That's pretty good.
pretty freaking rad.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm putting that up.
I love the gas
That
man.
is going to be up.
Yeah, I love the gas man, so I thought that would be kind of fun.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
that's great.
the gas
That's a
man.
good one.
All right, so Cam, it's time.
Yep.
We need to. What would be our late fees out of $100?
Okay.
For this, you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'll go
You go
first.
first. You go first.
So, I love this movie.
Yeah.
And I watched it so many times.
Mhm.
I can't help but give it a great score.
Okay.
So, I am saying 9D for this movie.
Oh man.
I can't. It's rare for me to watch an old movie that made me laugh
Uh-huh.
and laugh as much as I did then,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
still find it super funny.
Nice.
When I rewatched it, I was like, "This is great, man! I love it. This is like Jim Carrey at his best, and Jeff Daniels crushed it." So I'm giving it a 90.
Wow,
man. $90.
9 out of 10.
Yep.
That's a high score. Great. That's
I
awesome.
think Days of Thunder still was 91,
yeah, it was 90 something.
which I would
think,
agree with
yeah.
that still.
All right. Well, I love this movie. Not quite that much. I gave it a $79.
Okay, that's great.
$79. When we average that with your 90, we get $84.50
That's good.
in late fees.
That's great, man. That's a pretty dang good score for a dumb movie.
That is a really good score. That's insane. That's one of our highest yet
Yeah,
for Dumb and
I'm
Dumber.
glad because
It's
I
great-
love
great
this
movie. Great
Man,
movie.
It still freaking kills me.
Classic, again, almost like too classic.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it.
I know.
I'm having a hard time explaining it. But that's it.
I know.
I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. But that is another overdue rental. That's a Dumb and Dumber. And thanks for listening to
Yes.
Raised